friends, Catherine here. Today we are going to be setting up the background for a painting on this 8x8 canvas. I am going to be doing a painting inspired by the books The Mockingjay and those. There is a song in the books and in the movies called The Hanging Tree. The books are very song-oriented. They've got several songs in there. But there's one in particular called The Hanging Tree that has inspired me to do a painting. So we're going to be setting up the background for it today. We are going to be using a technique that I haven't tried before. Cute cotton swab dabbing, painting, however you want to say it. And let's get going. We are going to be, for the background, setting it up really dark. So we're going to be using the Apple Barrel Jet Black that I've got, the Apple Barrel Christmas Green, and the Craft Essentials Violet. My idea in my head when I picture it, I've got a hill rising up right here, and then a tree kind of coming up and leaning away from it, and then a couple people hanging from the tree. So it should sort of have this curve effect going on. For that, what I'm going to do is I want to have a piece of scrap paper, and I can just kind of tear it, get something organic, sort of. There we go, okay. And this is going to be the land. I'm not gluing it down, I'm just going to use this as a mask so that when we're doing the sky and the land, we've got a difference between them. So we've got that. Maybe this needs to not be up quite so high. There we go. We'll set that aside for a moment, and we'll pull out our paints. I'm going to be doing the wash on the background with this sponge brush. So let's dump out some black, some violet, and some green, and then dip our sponge brush in a jar of water and get it nice and soaked, and then squeeze it off. So while we want it to be damp, we don't want it to be dripping. So that should be good. Okay, and then set that aside for a moment and mix together our violet and our black. We might end up having to put more violet into there. We'll see how it goes. Probably will. I want it to be a little bit more violet than that. The black's pretty overpowering. I ended up grabbing a little bit too much black on that. That's okay though. We'll just add some more. There we are. Okay. The reason why we're doing violet first is because we want to do the sky first. I don't mind pulling violet down into the green of the ground, but I don't want to push green up into the sky. There we go. Maybe even a little bit more violet. Let's test that on there. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Get something very dark, but still just a little bit lighter than that. And we have something we can work with. Okay, so we will set this mixing knife aside for a moment and grab our paper that we had and put it up over that edge and hold it in place, and then dip our sponge brush into our paint and grab a good amount of paint and spread it on to our canvas all the way across the top and down the sides. And then pick up some more of that violet black and put some more on our canvas. Any which direction, doesn't really matter. All the way down the sides. Just masking off the hill that we want and then filling the rest in with violet. Okay. And then we'll give that a moment to set and then maybe do another coat because that ended up a little thinner than I intended it to, which should be all fine and good. We'll just put another layer on after just a moment. Actually, I'm impatient. Let's grab a heat gun and see if we can't convince it along. Alright, that has stopped being shiny enough that I feel confident in it again. So let's grab some more of the violet onto our brush and put another layer. There we go. That's going to give me better color. That's something that I'm happier with. Okay. And all the way around. Okay. Good. Okay, and then we're going to just drop our sponge brush back into the water for a moment and try not to get everything dirty. Let's set this down on like that for just a second to keep it from getting paint all over the place, and then mix up some of our black and green. And it won't take nearly as much of the black and green as it does of the purple, so I'm just going to very, very cautiously pull over a little bit of black and mix it into the green and see what I end up with. See if I need to grab more black. See, doing it the smart way this time. Hopefully. Kind of want to match the same twilight shade that we did with the violet, with the green and black. And this is not going to be dark enough, but that's all right. We'll grab a little bit more black and mix it in. See how far we take it. There we go. That's closer to something that we want to see. I think it's going to need to be a little bit darker because it is going to lighten up when it goes onto the canvas, that being a white background, at least to begin with. There we go. There we go. That's something I like. Okay. Just set that down for a moment and rinse off our sponge brush now that it's been soaking in the water for a second. Not too concerned about it. Like I said, we want it to be dark. Ooh, that dripped water everywhere. I did not squeeze it off enough. It's okay, let's see if we can't get the water off the canvas without ruining the paint. Probably not. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. Okay. So, squeeze that sponge brush off better. And then pick up the canvas and hold it by the other side and grab some of the green on the brush. A good solid amount, I'm hoping. And lay it on the canvas. Okay. And just cover all of the white areas. And try to leave most of the purple areas sort of intact. And then down the sides. This brush ended up getting way too wet. Okay, pick up some more green. Try it again. All right. Okay. And then I think what we're gonna do is hit that green with some of the heat gun because that ended up being way waterier than intended. And I am ending up with purple and green splotches all over my placemat. But that's why we put a placemat down. That's why we have one. Okay. Okay. Dry off my sponge brush a bit more this time. Ooh, that is sopping wet. Grab a little bit more of that green and see if we can't just... Nope, we're gonna have to mix up some more green. Okay, that's all right. We'll just mix up some more green then. There we go. Okay. Pull some of that purple in, it'll make it darker. Might have to drip a little bit more black onto here. I thought I might have enough on there, but it doesn't look like it turned out to be enough. That's all right. Just put some more black. That's the thing about paint. You can always put more. Always add more. Okay. That's something like a green that we like. And then let's pick that green up again and just around the parts where we want it to be a hill, we'll put a little bit more green. All right. Okay. So let's toss this whole mess away because we're done with it. Take and dip our fingers into the green because of course we do. This is not, I don't paint clean, you guys. I don't paint clean. I just did it again. I just did it and I just did it again. Okay. Set that right there, and now let's start making up our cotton swab pieces. Set that, put it right there. There we go. Okay, so let's start making up our cotton swab pieces. I've seen this done with like rubber bands and things, but I don't have a lot of rubber bands. What I do have a lot of is wire. So let's grab out a piece of wire, clip it off, and then I think like that many. I know that that's a real scientific number, that many, but I think like that many. Okay, and then just kind of straighten them up and even them all out. And put the wire around them. And twist it so that it tightens down. Okay, there we go. That gives me a bundle to work with. And just tuck the wires out of the way. Just kind of even them all up, and then there's a bundle there. Let's make like a smaller bundle, maybe an evenly sized bundle to that one. I don't know. We're gonna make different sizes. The idea is you've got different sized and numbers of dotting things, because it's essentially you're dotting with Q-tips, I think. That's the idea, the impression that I get from it anyway. So let's do the same thing. Wrap them up, put the wire on, twist it so that it's tightened down. And then kind of arrange them a little bit maybe so that they're sort of even, hopefully. And then maybe like a smaller bundle. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Clip off another bit of wire. And then like a smaller bundle. Like 6 or so. I say like 6 or so because it's exactly 6. There we go. Okay, and then what we're going to do with these is set up a sunset in the background, because we want the sunset to be coming down, to be setting down behind the hill. So for this, we've got our Q-tips sort of bundled, made kind of even. Go different sizes and whatever. And then we're going to grab some yellow. I think we'll try this yellow. It's called dark yellow. It's from Craft Essentials. Some orange, which is a Craft Essentials orange spice, and then some red, which is a Delta Cream Coat Tomped Red. Before we do that, let's grab back our hill and put it right back over the green again. And shake these colors up and see what we end up with. Okay. And then decide where we want the sun to be. I'm feeling like down over here, sort of, maybe. Let's make it a great big sun. Okay, sort of like that, because we're going to cover over some of it with the orange, so we want it bigger than we want it to actually even end up being. Okay, so we'll set that aside for the moment and then go in with our next largest bundle. Actually, no, we'll go in with our smallest bundle with the orange and pat over the top of it outward, dragging it out, hopefully, sort of, kind of. In kind of like a circle out from the sun, maybe. And when we reach the edge, we're going to just tap on the side, because we want it to go down the sides. Always wrap around the sides of your canvas. It's just a good idea. Okay. And then maybe back in with some more yellow. Actually, let's go around with some red in the other one that we made first, and then go back in with some yellow afterward, after the yellow's had a little bit of time to dry. Not exactly dry, but set up. Ooh, that's a bold red. And kind of diffuse it outward so that it's not quite as thick. It goes out into the night. There we go. Okay, something like that. And then maybe just a little bit right down here. And around that edge. Okay. And now let's go back in with the yellow and set the yellow back on. And bring the yellow out into the orange so that it blends just a little bit together. Yes. There we go. I'm liking that. So that broke up really nicely. Let's try the same thing with the orange over the red then. Yes. Okay. Oh, there we go. Picked up some fuzz from somewhere. Go. Okay, bring the orange back in, and then maybe once more with the yellow. Okay, and that, I think, is our background setup for our hanging tree painting. Tune in a little while. Tune in another day, I should say. Yep, another day. Tune in another day for the painting of the hanging tree. This is what I did today. I would love to hear what you guys are doing today. Leave a comment down below telling me what you're up to. I'm always open to suggestions, and if you have things that you would like to see me try, I would be happy to try them. And oh, remember to subscribe, and I will see you guys all another day. Bye!